Hey guys, welcome to the channel. As you see in the thumbnail, what if Issei got harem with Morayama and Katase? Before I start, please do support for more awesome content, and subscribe my channel and like this video. Go support and follow the Virgil78 for writing that awesome fanfic, and also make sure to comment on this story. Link in the description. Issei stood in the orc. Tears stained his face as the female orc members had finally said their piece, as they had set this up so that only Issei was with them, so he'd finally confess. Issei, am I really that useless? Rias, yes you ingr. Issei, then I'm done with this ing club, it's clear you don't want me anyway. Irina, that's right, just ing leave and don't come back. Issei finally ran out the room as the tears kept flowing. He'd at least expected Irina to understand how he had problems confessing to women after Rainer, but guess not. He walked around aimlessly for a while before sitting by a wall, which unlucky for him was the kendo practice building, but he didn't even care, he just needed to be alone. Morayama and Katase POV. Park ties had ended, so now they were going to change like usual, but heard noises. Morayama, they're at it again. Katase, let's go deal with them. The two went outside to deal with what they thought was the perverted trio being their usual idiotic selves, but they didn't hear anyone talking but what sounded like crying. Third person POV. The duo popped their head around the corner and looked at Issei, who didn't notice them due to him looking at the ground as he kept weeping. Katase, whisper, what the is Issei here and why is he crying? Morayama, whisper, no idea, but I feel kinda bad seeing him like this. Katase gave Morayama a very surprised look before sighing and walked over to the boy. Katase, hey Issei, what are you doing here? Issei, sad? Nothing in particular. Morayama, something happened? Issei, you could say. Katase, why are you crying? Issei, you don't need to know. Issei got up, dusted himself off, took one last look at the duo, and started to walk off. Katase, where you going? Issei, home, I want to be alone. Scene change. Issei mansion. Issei walked into the empty house and sighed to himself as he looked at a picture of him and his parents. Issei, I miss you too. Issei stopped looking at the photo, took his shoes off, and went to bed. Time skip a few hours. Issei got up to the sound of knocking, so he went to the door. Issei, what do you? Oh, hello Morayama. Katase, are you doing at my house? Morayama, well, we thought maybe we'd come check on you, you seemed sad earlier. Issei, ha ha ha, the kendo duo, the two people who hate me the most coming to check up on me, that's comical. Katase, we're trying to be nice here. Issei, oh I can tell, but you see I don't want to be around any women right now, so off. Issei slammed the door shut. The duo stood the gobsmacked, but not for long, as they heard talking behind them, so they turned around to see the orc coming up the driveway. Rias, ah, finally home. Hello you two, what are you doing here? Morayama, oh nothing much, just leaving. Rias, alright, see ya tomorrow. Katase, yeah. The group passed them and way their way into the house. The duo were going to leave until they heard shouting, so went to investigate as the door was left open, which really confused the duo. But they thought maybe they just forgot, which they had forgotten to close the door, as they wanted to speak with Issei and apologize for shouting at him earlier in the day. With Issei. Okay, one thing really quick before we get to the good bit. Everyone knows that Issei lives in a mansion, so it's not a surprise to anyone. Rias, Issei, get out. Rias, W, what? Issei, I said get out of my house. Irina, but Issei. Irina, get out of my house and never come back. Oh. And while you're at, since you all think I'm so ing useless, then don't talk to me ever again. Oh, and I'm done with this peerage. Rias, W, what do you mean? Issei, it means Rias that in my sleep I got dragged to purge my peace and make my heart that of a dragon. Issei pulled a bag out of his pocket, then threw it to Rias, who looked inside only to have an expression of horror, as the piece had cracked in half. Issei, I'm useless to you all, and you don't love me like I loved all of you. My feelings died today, now get out of my life. The group just stood there before Issei shouted again. Issei, out now. The group ran out of the house with tears in their eyes, but as for Issei, he just fell to the floor, not wanting to deal with this anymore. But fate wasn't finished with him yet, as Morayama and Katase ran into the room. Morayama, Issei, are you okay? Issei sat there for a few seconds before getting up and answering the question. Issei, I'm fine. Issei, but again, why are you here? Katase, well, we're about to leave when the orc showed up, then we heard shouting. Issei, with a growl, how much did you hear? Morayama, something about you loving them, and not them loving you. Issei, Katase, what you mean? Issei, fine, I'll explain. The orc tried to get me to confess my feelings, but when I didn't, they all started to just insult me for an hour and destroyed any feelings I had for them. But I would have thought they would know about my fear of women. Morayama, fear of women. Issei, my first girlfriend almost killed me. Morayama, what do you mean your first girlfriend almost killed you? Issei, the bitch was a psychopath, and ended our first date with my almost death. The two had a look of horror, but what they didn't know was that Rainier did actually kill him, and he was only alive to do to Rias. Katase, I'm sorry we didn't know. Issei, oh shut up with this sympathy bullshit. I don't like it when people apologize for shit they don't know about. It's always I'm sorry for this or I'm sorry for that, and I'm done with it. Look, I'm just not in the mood for this kind of thing. Murayama G gotta ya. Issei looked at the time to see it was late afternoon, around 60 p.m. Issei, sigh, do you two want something to eat while you're here? Katase, sure. Issei, go sit down, then we'll talk over dinner. Murayama laughed a little to herself before speaking. Didn't think our mortal enemy would be making us a romantic dinner. Issei, if you wanna see that way, go ahead. I really don't care at the moment. I've dealt with enough today. Issei cooked for himself and the duo, though he made a little dinner, as he didn't want to spend too long, especially with the kendo duo in his house. After a little bit he finished cooking and plated up for the of them, brought them all the plates and sat down. Issei, so what's with the concern all of a sudden? Katase, well, you know what they say, everyone has a little sympathy for the devil. Issei laughed a little before speaking once again. Issei, sympathy for the devil, huh, that's a new one, but after this we can go back never talking to each other again, okay? Murayama, and here I thought you'd maybe ask us to go easier on you. Issei, do what you want, I don't care, I'm sick of peeping on you anyway. Katase, so are we not attractive enough for you? Issei, you two are very cute if that's what you want to hear, just I have other things to worry about. Morayama, such as? Issei, I have a funeral to attend in a few days, and peeping was getting boring away. Katase, a funeral? Issei, I just lost my parents. Katase / Murayama, we're sorry for loss. Issei, just let's forget about all this, I don't need you two in my life. Katase, you got us too curious about you know. Issei, and why is that? Murayama, well, because you seems really different to how you act at school. Issei sarcastic clapped before speaking. Issei, wow, I act different at home than at school. Katase, then why act like a perv then? Issei, cause I'm just more open with my desires than most people. Murayama, I guess. Katase, you know, Issei, you're not as bad as people make you out to be. Issei, wow, such glowing approval. Issei, still I don't need you two in my life. Murayama, well, I'd like to go back to what we had. Issei, what, you beating me up with wooden sticks? Murayama, no, not that, but back when we used to be friends. Issei, you discard that. When we came to Kyoto, don't ask me about when we were friends. Katase, wait, you two used to be friends? Issei, yeah, then she abandoned our friendship. Murayama, no, I didn't, I only distanced myself cause you ended up with the perverted duo, and you would just start to ignore me. Issei, I only ended up with them because you never showed up when we had stuff planned, yet those two did actually hang out with me when you or nobody else would. Murayama, oh, so that's how you want to frame it. Issei, you left me just like everyone else did. Murayama, look, I'm sorry, I just thought when we entered K and you ended up with the perverted duo you'd only care if I was attractive enough, then you started peeping on us, and that didn't help. Issei, I guess we both ed up, didn't we? Murayama, I guess we did. Katase, well, that just happened. Murayama, Issei, can we just go back to what we had? Issei, I don't know, I can't have another bond break. Murayama, I promise that I won't break our friendship. Issei kept his head down for a moment, and thought to himself before looking at Morayama, a shaky smile on his face. His eyes still held fear though, but decided to trust her. Issei, alright, I'll give it a shot, I need to be away from the orc girls anyway. Katase, what a touching reunion, though we should probably start making our way home. Issei, I'll see you tomorrow then. After the two girls left, Issei made a phone call. Issei, hey. Azazel, what's up? Issei, you free at the moment? Azazel, I'm at my place. Issei, can I come and chill at yours for a bit as there's some stuff I want to discuss? Azazel, sure, I'm not about to turn down my favorite student, but also Vala is here at the moment. Issei, that's not a problem. Azazel, I'll you in 0 then. Issei made his way to Azazel's place and knocked on the door. Azazel, I'm coming. He opened the door. Azazel, Issei, do come in. Once Issei, the two sat down. Azazel, so what's on your mind? Issei, I want to leave the orc, they don't need me anymore. Azazel was taken back by this. Azazel, why? Issei, well, earlier today I was called into the club. I expected it was going to be a normal session only to see all the girls including Irina and Rosweiss, and then Rias asked what I was to her. And I said, well, she's the club president, but after that I got interrupted. Then for hour they just berated me, saying that I'm useless, or that despite every hint they gave I don't love them, and when I tried to get my words and they would just shout louder, and it broke my heart. It also killed any feelings I had for them, but after that I went home. Expect a few hours later Rias came to try and apologize, but it was too late by then, so I want to leave. Azazel, wow, that's a lot, but I understand your feelings, so I'll remove from the club. Issei, teach ex-mate? Azazel, no need to thank me, that's what a good friend and teacher does for their student. Issei smiled. Azazel, now want a beer and game? Issei, it, I'm down. The two gamed till the sunrise and chatted about things with Issei remembering why the girls had moved out. Flashback. After the Chaos Brigade's defeat, good times were shared by all until a week and a half before the orc incident. Issei parents had passed. With that happened, the girls agreed to move out to give Issei space and time to grieve, and with Issei now being the owner of the mansion as Surzex when the house was renovated, gave the deed to Issei parents so that it could be passed down as a thank you for saving his sister from not only the arranged marriage but also taking down a cadre / establishing peace between the factions. But now it was just Issei alone in this massive place. Flashback end. Morning had come and Issei woke up on Azazel's couch, something he was all too familiar with, as this is something that would usually happen when the two gamed. Azazel, yo, you're awake. Issei, yeah, we went pretty hard last night, didn't we? Azazel, yeah, we did. Well, want a bite to eat? Issei, if there's food going, I'm 0% down for it. Azazel, we can then make our way to the academy after that. Issei, sounds like a plan. I need to make some preparations while I'm there, so if I can get it down before class starts, then that's stress of me. The two ate before making there to the academy, where they said their goodbyes for the day at the gate, with Azazel off to go plan his lessons while Issei made his to orc. And just like he expected, the club was empty as it was so early, so he grabbed what he needed and wrote a letter of resignation for the club. Once done, he left it on Ria's desk and left as he felt free, which Drake commented on, saying that was the dragon blood in him amplifying his emotions. Scene change. Classroom. Just like he had expected, the classroom was also empty, so he sat down, put his headphones in and listened to music while he waited. What Issei is listening to My Own Grave by As I Lay Dying. A bit more time passed as students started to trickle. Surprised Issei was already there, but he paid them no mind until a certain duo appeared. Morayama, morning. Issei. Issei, oh yeah, morning. Katase, what you listening to? Issei, As I Lay Dying. Morayama, that's interesting. Issei sighed before passing Morayama one of the headphones. Issei, here, just listen. Issei played the song once more as Morayama listened for a little bit. Morayama, that was an experience. Issei, welcome to my world. It's all joy and fun and not miserable in the slightest. They talked a little more as the final students came in, all surprised to Issei chatting with the kendo duo, but brushed it as they went to talk with the own friends, with Rosweiss coming in a little bit after staring the lesson, though she looked at Issei before starting, who promptly ignored her, not even sparing in her direction. A few hours later, lunch had come round with all but Issei leaving the room himself, about to leave when Rosweiss called him. Rosweiss, Issei. Issei, don't call me that, you lost all right to call me by that nickname. Rosweiss, but I see. Issei, it's Mr. Hayato to you. Issei then walked away, leaving a crying Rosweiss. Once outside, he saw Kaneko, who came up to him. Kaneko, you're wanted at the club. Issei, fine, but you'd better make this quick, I've got shit to do. Kaneko didn't say anything, just walked. Scene change. Orc. Once inside, Issei sat down, his gaze fixed on the window, as the only ones he made any eye contact with was the boys, as he was pretty friends with them, but the girls he didn't say a word to until Rias spoke up. Rias, I is this letter from you, Issei. Issei, it is, so go on, read it. A/no, just thought I'd mention this now. Ravel has nothing to do with what happened with the other girls, but that doesn't mean she won't show up, she will just later down the line. Rias, I, Issei Hayato, declare that I am resigning from the orc and herefore quit any and all club activities, as I am no longer needed. Rias and everyone were shocked, but Rias protested. Rias, Issei, you can't. Azazel, oh, but he can. Azazel stepped out of the shadows as he faced Rias. Azazel, as a club advisor and teacher, I gave Issei full permission to leave the club, as it's his choice, so I hope you can respect it. Rias. Rias, Issei, is this what you want? Issei, you all clearly think I'm useless and not needed, so there's not point sticking around. Rias burst into tears, as did all the other girls, but they weren't finished yet. Asia, please stay. Issei, shout. I don't remember asking for you option on this matter now, did I? Irina, but Issei. Issei, shut up, you traitor, I expected you to be better, as you're a literal angel, but I wrong. Issei, Azazel. Azazel, yeah. Issei, gaming and Lorna after school. Azazel, sure. Issei, I'll see you in a few hours then. Issei left room. Scene change. Kendo club building. Issei once again found himself behind the kendo building without realizing. Issei, I don't need these emotions right now. Drag well partner, it comes with the territory of being a dragon, we're emotional beings. Issei, yeah. Issei once again put his headphones and started singing. By the way, I don't own any songs used. Issei got about halfway through the song before being surrounded by kendo girls. Issei looked up only to think he was royalty, and even though he hadn't done anything, so he sighed, put his head back down, and just kept sighing, waiting for the inevitable, but it never came as he felt a tap on the shoulder. He looked at who it was, and it was Morayama, who smiled at him and offered him a hug, which despite being still surrounded he accepted and broke down himself, crying into the girl's shoulder, letting go of the pain he was feeling. Everyone stood motionless as Issei just cried, stopping not longer after Morayama offered to bring Issei into the club building and get him some water to help calm down, to which he accepted. And while most of the members wanted to decline him, Morayama insisted, as the guy was clearly in emotional distress. She also let slip that the two had a history, which greatly confused everyone but Katase, who wasn't present. Scene change inside the kendo club building. Issei had sat down, a cup of water in his hand, as he seemed to be more calm. Issei, hey, can I have a look at one of your shini? Morayama, why? Issei, just curious, that's all. Morayama, I'm alright. The members of the club kept an eye on Issei had he was handed the blade. Once in hand, Issei twirled and played around with it for a little before speaking. Issei, you can this a blade? This is not a blade, it's a twig. Random girl, and what do you know of blades? Issei, I own one that's forged of steel and trained with a sword master. Random girl, since when did you have that kind of training? Issei, it was a few months ago. I and the rest of the orc were caught up in a large-scale conflict, and so if we wanted to keep our lives we had to train, and train I did. Morayama, what do you mean large-scale conflict? Issei, it's what it means, I fought in a war. Random girl, then why did it not get reported on by the media? Issei, because despite its scale, if people were to come to know it, then ordinary people would have got caught in the crossfire, as fighting a shadow war is not easy, you know. Morayama, then who in the seven hells did you end up fighting in it? Issei, it was cause of my connection to Rias. As you know, Rias is from a rich and well-respected family, so that meant anyone connected to them was in danger, so we had to fight for our lives. Morayama, did you ever have to? Issei, kill someone? Yeah, I've killed someone. Morayama, why? Issei, because if I didn't, everyone I knew and loved was going to die, as they had captured my family and others I cared for. We all almost died that day. Morayama, wow, that's horrific. Issei, how do you think I feel? I fought them only to lose my parents not long after my victory. It's like it was all for nothing. Morayama, I see. Issei, let's just go back to light-hearted stuff. I really don't want to reminisce on these memories any longer, they just hurt to think about. Issei, actually, you know what, I think I'm gonna go see Sona and ask to go home. I'll see you tomorrow. Checks for the hospitality. Issei left, leaving the kendo club members with a new view of the bot. Morayama left as well, surprising the club as she ran after Issei. Morayama, Issei, wait. Issei, huh? Morayama, can I come back to your place with you? Issei, well, I don't see a problem with it. With that, they made their way to Sona office, where Issei explained that he wasn't very emotional stable at the moment, and asked to go home, which she allowed as she knew Issei, so to see him like this was a red flag to her. So once the two left, she called Azazel to the student council office and asked him of the situation, to which he explained everything that went down. Scene change, Issei house. The duo made the way inside, where they went to Issei room, as Issei just wanted to lay in bed, which Morayama couldn't blame him for wanting to do that. So Issei jumped in bed with Morayama laying on top of the sheet. Morayama, hey Issei. Issei, yeah. Morayama, could you possibly turn to my side? Issei, alright? Issei turned over, but when he did, he got a massive surprise as Morayama at him. The ed lasted for a little while before the broke for air, but something was clear to the Issei sparks. Morayama, yeah, I saw them too. Issei, I don't know if I can grow though this again, I can't just confess. Morayama, then let me tell you of my feelings instead, as I love you and I have for a long time. I wanted to confess when we came to but everything went down. Issei fully sat but kept his gaze down, unable to look the girl in the eyes. Issei, I am scared, okay, this is hard for me. Morayama, can you tell me why? I just have a surface knowledge of what's been going on. Issei, we after my ex almost killed me, it out of fear of women in my heart, and just as I was getting past it, the orc incident happened, and it killed any bonds I had with them, but it didn't exactly held that fear I hold in my heart. It's just so hard. Morayama pulled Issei and put his head on her shoulder, as she rubbed his head to try and calm the boy. Morayama, I promise you I won't be like them. Issei, I find that hard to believe considering everything. Morayama, well, have I done anything bad so far? Issei, I guess not. Morayama, I know despite everything that happened with the club and the shit with the perverted duo, and all that I did try never go too hard on you, but the other they deserved it for corrupting you. Issei, I was never corrupted, I just became more open about my desires due to me becoming an adult. Murayama, did you need to go constantly screaming about being harem king though? Issei, well that's different. Murayama, different how? Issei, different cause it masked my other hobbies. Murayama, such as? Issei, such as trying to listen to death metal in peace. Murayama, that's not an excuse. Issei, did I say it was? Murayama, still. Issei, I just don't know if I can do this. Murayama, well at least I've been honest with my feelings and directed with them. Issei, that's true, that's something Rias never did, just expecting me to do everything to start a relationship, while she would just flaunt her body to me all the time, which when you have like 5 other women also doing that it's hard to focus at times, and it just added to everything. Murayama, well I'm clearly not like them. Issei, you promised to not be like them. Murayama, I can guarantee it. Issei, then maybe one more isn't a bad thing. The two started to make out again, and went for a while before breaking for air again. Murayama, definitely sparks. Issei, yeah. Murayama, can we just sit here like this? I'm enjoying the peace. Issei, yeah. Time skip a few hours. Murayama had gone home by this point, but the two enjoyed the afternoon in each other's company as well. He promised to bring his blade the next day, as he did call their shernai twigs, so prove he was no bite, and all bark said he'd have it with him. Issei was now sat in his living room relaxing as he got a phone call. Issei, hello? Azazel, you still coming over? Issei, yeah I am. Azazel, cool, and you sound way happier than earlier. Issei, that's cause I've ditched all my feelings for the orc girls in favor of someone who I actually have a history with. Azazel, go on. Issei, nah, I'll tell you when I get there. Azazel, why you gotta leave a man on a cliffhanger? Issei, cause it's fun. Azazel, well then hurry up, I got some stuff set up how you're ready for a late one. Issei, when am I not? Azazel, ha 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 ha, come on then. Issei smirked to himself before ending the call, getting dressed and heading out. Scene change. Issei explained to Azazel everything that went down after he left the club building. Azazel, ing hell, you just don't stop, do you? Issei, I guess. It was just then the two heard the door close. Vala, I'm BA. CKO. Issei, sup. Vala was stunned. Issei earthed to Vala. Vala, well I wasn't expecting to see you here, especially after the ing mess you two made last night. Azazel, it wasn't that bad. Vala, I spent hour cleaning up after you two. Issei, sorry, but I was going through some shit last night. Vala sighed and just walked off. Vala, try not to make such a huge mess again. Just because I live here doesn't mean I want to be constantly cleaning your guys' messes. Issei, yeah I know. Vala, I'm being dead ing serious. Issei, I know, I can tell by your expression. Vala, this man. Vala fully left the room. Azazel, well then shall we? Issei, yeah. Time skip next day. Thankfully for Issei and Azazel, they didn't create as big a mess, so as Issei cleaned up, Azazel cooked breakfast for himself, Vala and Issei. Once they finished eating, Azazel offered to drive Issei to the academy again, but declined as he need to pick up his sword from his house, so he finished up, said his goodbyes for the day, and made his way home. As he didn't have my time, he just picked up his sword and rushed to school. We're at the gate, he was met by none other than Sona Citri. Sona, good morning. Issei. Issei, morning. Sona, are you sure having your blade with you is a good idea? Issei, I said I'd show it to the kendo club. Sona, why? Issei, it's a long story that we really don't need to go into right now. Sona, well just try not to reveal the supernatural please. I know the Chaos Brigade is gone, but still. Issei, I know, I've been careful about talking about my past experiences, just said something about a shadow war, didn't mention any supernatural beings though, so we good. Sona, are we? Issei, we are. Sona, oh, and your resignation from the orc has been approved. I've been informed of what happened, so can't blame you for leaving. Issei, excellent. Issei, well I should get a move on. Sona, see ya later. Issei. The two did a little fist bump. Issei, see ya mate. Sona laughed a little to herself as Issei walked off. Issei arrived at class as he ignored pretty much everyone but the kendo duo, but mainly Morayama, as he gave her a radiant smile as she smiled back at him, and he went to talk to her as there was still a few minutes left before class started. Morayama, I see you brought your blade. Issei, I say I would, and I'm a man of my word. Katase, can we see it then? Issei, wait till lunch, I'll swing by the kendo club. Morayama, oh. Issei, it's only a few hours to wait. Katase, hold on a sec, since when did you two become like this? Issei, like what? Katase, all flirtatious with each other. Issei, not gonna tell ya. Akiya, if you ask me, seems like these might be all lovey-dovey. Issei, oh, shut the Akiya and go back to Mars. Akiya, defensive now, are we? Issei, look Akiya, if I need your option I'll ask for it, but right now I don't need it. Akiya, wow, that was cold. Issei, that was was the point now? Shoo. Akia was left stunned just like everyone else in the class as Issei just flawlessly put her down. Random students, since when the hell did become like this? Issei, since I learned how ed up the world is. That's was Rossweiss came into the room and had to hide her tears as she heard those words. Rossweiss well class, everyone sit down, class is now starting. Time skip lunchtime. Once again as Issei was about to leave he was stopped by orc members, that being Asia, Irina and Zenobia, who all had sad expressions on their faces. Irina, I see. Issei, don't call me that. Irina, B, but. Issei, what part of don't doesn't go through your brainless skull, you traitor? Those that were still in the class and yet to leave were now very curious of what was about to go down, but most worried was Morayama as she had a bad feeling. Irina burst into tears as Asia took her turn to speak. Asia, please apologize to Irina, that was horrible to say. Issei, oh off Asia, you guys didn't want me around so I left, yet now that I'm gone you wanna come and do all this bullshit, I'm ing done. Asia also burst into tears. Zenobia, Issei, I know we ed up, but Issei, well, time for the hat trick as Zenobia, just as brain dead as your partner in crime. What's done is done, you can't fix what was there. My feelings died that day, I've moved on and found someone else, someone who I have history with. Cause the biggest mistake of my life was trusting any of you. Zenobia now also crying, what do you mean you found someone? Issei looked towards Morayama, who only nodded towards him, pretty much giving him confirmation to reveal this, but the two also knew that pretty much everyone was gonna know in seconds, but that didn't matter as it got these sniveling backstabbers away from Issei. Issei, I'm dating Morayama, so how about you and every other girl in that ing club get out of my life? Irina, why you can't be serious? Issei, I'll prove it. Issei went to Morayama, looked into her eyes for a few seconds before the two started an intense. Everyone in the room was open-mouthed shocked, including Katase, who herself felt a pang of jealousy, not like she'd show that to anyone though, but still the fact that to the two people who you would never think to date were standing there making out in front of everyone was a massive shock. When the two separated for air, a huge blush was across their faces. Now to finish this little show-off and to put the fear of Satan in the orc girl, Issei turned to them and did a deathcore scream as he shouted at them. Issei, now get thee out of my life. He then proceeded to grab his bag, put it on his back, grab his sword with one hand, and with the other grab Murayama's hand and ran out the room with her as they dashed out the corridor, leaving clearly devastated girls and one devastated woman trying to hide her tears and a mega shocked classroom. Song end. Scene change. Kendo club. The two rushed and laughing with each other about what just happened, only to then having every kendo girl staring at the two. Issei, seeing this, smirked, brought his phone out, pulled up his playlist, and put a song on as he watched the group with Morayama once again worrying, but he reassured her he'd be fine as he started his song. And once again play this song for this section. Issei, who's first? Morayama, wah. Random girl, sure, if that's how you wanna go about it then so be it, cause we want answers. Issei, you can have all the answers you want if you beat me. Random girl, that will be easy. Issei, babe, just watch. Katase at this point also showed up. Issei, how good of you to join us, enjoy the show. Issei got in a stance and removed the cloth on his sword, revealing it to everyone. Issei, so are gonna come at me or not? The random girl rushed at Issei, but he only dodged. Issei, well, I'd say we make them more interesting. Issei looked at the cloth on the floor and unwrapped it again, as nobody had noticed that there was still something in the cloth. Morayama, wait, there was swords in there. Issei, of course, my dear, I never travel with one. Issei threw the blade to the random girl, who grabbed it. Random girl, why are you giving me this? Issei, so we can have a fair fight. Random girl, it's Kate. Issei, Kate, yeah, it's so we can have a fair fight, it's not fun otherwise. Kate, is this a game to you? Issei, no, but when I want a battle of blades I believe both parties should be on equal footing. Kate, you are so strange. Morayama, my thoughts exactly. Issei, my heart bleeds. Morayama, you're joking, right? Issei, of course I did get to joke like this back at the orc, so I'm taking this opportunity to have some fun. Kate, alright, I'll play your game. Everyone watched as the two prepared themselves, with taking the first move going on the offense, trying to keep up the pressure, but Kate is doing a good job of defending and parrying his strikes, which Issei took note of. It now Kate turned to go on offensive using a more speed-oriented style of quick cuts, and with the blade feeling fairly light she went for various forms of stringer and slide slashes to try and fake out Issei, which surprisingly she succeeded in, as even though Issei was trying to stay focused, it was lot with how quick her strikes were, and top of that trying to get his own strikes in. But Issei was about to make a final mistake as Kate once again went for a stringer-like move with Issei leaning back too far and falling on his back. Unfortunately for Issei, before he could recover, the point of the sword was at his next. Kate, you lose. Issei, that was fun. Kate, yeah, I guess. Kate now answers. Issei, alright, ask away. Kate, first, since when did you start dating one of our captains? And how in the seven hells did this even happen? Issei, yesterday, and because I've known Morayama for a long time, like before we came to long time, but I was to give a number of years, then maybe 7-8 years we've known each other. Kate, really? Morayama, yeah, I've known Issei for that long. Issei, well, can I have my blade back? Kate chucked Issei the blade, to which Issei caught it and put it back in the cloth. Issei, well, then I have no idea what to do now. Katase, wait, shouldn't you have class at the moment? Issei, nope. Katase, why? Issei, why, well, due to the amount of stress, emotional pain, just about everything else at the moment Azazel put me in to only do half days, so technically I shouldn't be here, you know what, I'm going home, see ya. Scene change. Once at home, Issei put away his blades as he put the TV on. He sat down, brought out his phone and scrolled through some images, reminding on some memories. Ding dong. Issei, for sake, I just got back. Issei got up and opened the door, only to be not very happy with who it was. Issei, no. Rias, but I. Issei, off. Rias, I don't need you. Rias, I just want to talk. Issei, I don't. Rias, I'm sorry. Issei, sorry, I gave you my heart, and you smashed in two. Issei, I don't need you. Rias, I am now happy with Murayama, much more happy with her now that I think about it, cause your love is hollow. Rias, WW, what do you mean hollow? Issei, there was nothing between us, I might as well been your toy, cause that's all we had, all we were had. Issei, now get out of my ing life. Rias teleported away, crying her eyes out as Issei let out one final scream of rage. Once calm, Issei got his coat and left the house and made a phone call. Ring ring. Azazel, hello? Issei, hey, is your bar open? I'ma go check the place out. Azazel, should be some staff in at the moment, just don't go too hard. Issei, what makes you think that? Azazel, well, you never call me this much, plus everything that's gone down. I know you're with someone now, but I don't want to see you drown the pain in alcohol. Issei, every the valiant friend I see. Azazel, I may be your friend, but I am still your teacher till you leave. Issei sighed to himself before speaking. Issei, yeah, I know, sigh, I'll see ya later. Azazel, see ya. Issei ended the call and put his headphones in as he locked the first door and started to walk off while humming a tune to himself. Play this for this section as it's about to go down. Scene change. Club fallen. Issei walked in and took a look around as it looked like a nice place. I don't own this image. Issei sat at the bar, only seeing one person on staff at the moment. Issei, slow day. You could say that, so what it will be? Red Dragon Emperor. Issei thought there'd be human staff. Well, this is a club run by the fallen governor, but I guess you would think that. Unfortunately, none are on shift. Issei, yeah, I guess, well, give me the strongest you got, miss. What's with wanting to know the name all of sudden? Issei, well, there's only me and you here, a listened conversation can't hurt now, can it? Guess not. Well, the name's Tiamat, and I bet that rings a bell for you, doesn't it, Drake, my dear? And imagine Tiamat in this kind of outfit. Drago, we gotta get out of here. Tiamat, ah, come on, Drake, your host asked for a drink, it's my job to serve him one. Issei was now pretty nervous as he eyes Tiamat like a hawk to make sure she didn't pull anything on him. Once finished, Tiamat brought the drink over and placed it down in front of Issei. Issei, how much do I own ya? Tiamat, just this once, and probably because Azazel won't mind, this session is on the house. Issei was now very worried. Tiamat, well, go on then, you asked for the strongest stuff. Issei swallowed a lump in his throat and grabbed the drink as Drake held his breath, hoping for his host/best friend's safety. Issei took a sip and swallowed as it hit him, a type of bitterness mixed with a little sweetness to offset the balance just a tad, and mixed with something he couldn't tell, but all in all he liked it. Issei, you had me worried there a second. Tiamat, let me guess, he told you of past experiences. Drake, well, how could I not? Tiamat, well, you see, I'm over it doesn't matter anymore, cause you know working here has given me peace of mind. Surprising how you're much better you feel when getting something done, so penny for your thoughts. Drake, I'll pass. Tiamat, oh, that penny for your thoughts, that wasn't for you. Drake, I wanna know more about you, Mr. Issei, it's Issei. Tiamat, well, Issei, Mr. Hero of the factions, you're someone who's very interesting, as of course I've heard of your exploits, so go on, tell me what's on your mind, cause you're the one who said a little conversation won't hurt anyone, right? Tiamat put her elbow on the bar and her head on her hand as she waited for Issei to speak. Issei, oh, you know relationship troubles just like any other being that lives on this planet. Tiamat, I bet Drake told you all about that, considering he said he wanted to borrow my treasure only to get sealed, and I haven't found it since. Drake kept silent. Issei, they Issei always builds you up only to go shatter you into a million pieces. Tiamat, I get your angle. Drake, I am sorry about that treasure, you know. Issei, I am curious, I always hear about this treasure but I never knew what it was. Tiamat sighed to herself. Tiamat, it was a ring given to me by Drake to show he loved me, but he took with him to the final battle as it was meant to be used a proposal once he defeated Albion. Issei, I see. Issei took another sip of his drink, as he looked Tiamat in the eyes as he could see the pain of loss in her eyes. Issei, guess we share one thing in common, Tiamat, and that is, Issei, people we loved letting us down. Drake, yeah. Tiamat, I guess I get where you're coming from, though I'm guessing there's more to this story of yours. Issei, yeah. Issei downed the last of his drink. Issei, give me another, bartender. Tiamat poured Issei another drink, as he slumped his head on the bar as there was still nobody there. Tiamat, here, Mr. Red Dragon. Issei, please just call me Issei. Tiamat, well, here's your drink. Issei, thank you. Issei took the glass in his as he sipped the liquid as put the glass back down, and slumped his head on the bar. As he stared into the glass, a tear rolled down his eye as his reflection stared back at him. Issei pulled his head up, looked at the drink, down the rest of it, and got up. Issei, THX. Issei began to walk out, but Tiamat called out to him. Tiamat, hey, wait. Issei turned his head around as the slid him a piece of paper. Issei picked it up, looked at it, and laughed at what was wrote. Come again sometime for the Red Dragon Emperor, you're not too bad. Issei looked at Tiamat as she winked at him. Issei left the bar and made his way to a shop, then went home where he encountered his girlfriend, much to his surprise as he thought she went home. Issei, oh Mura, didn't expect you today. Mura, I thought I'd come see you, especially after the fight, you know, to check up on you. Issei smiled. Issei, do you want to come in? Mura, if you'll have me. The duel went inside. Issei, want anything to drink? Mura, just some water, THX. Issei went to the fridge, picked out a bottle of water and a beer for himself, as he then brought the drinks to the other room as he sat down. The two sat down in a somewhat awkward silence at first before Morayama spoke. Morayama, so anything happened since you left for the day? Issei, oh, just Rias showing up at my door trying to beg for forgiveness, then ending up at a bar before seeing you. Issei said all this surprisingly calm, but maybe that was the drinks numbing the pain. The room once more fell into a hushed quiet. Morayama, are you alright? Issei, yeah, I'm fine, I just want them to leave me alone, the incident is just all too fresh, plus I'm with you, so can't they take a hint? Morayama, I understand how you feel, so I was think Saturday maybe me and you go on a date. Issei raised his head, a soft smile adorning his features. Issei, I'd like that. Issei sat in class as he thought of his date, a smile plastered on his face as he was lost in his own world until someone came up to him. Katase, you seem happier than usual. Issei, well, didn't Mura tell you? Katase, nope. Issei, we're going on a date on Saturday. Katase, well, I'm happy for you, as well as it's nice to see a new non-perv side to you. Issei, well, you know. Katase, I know anyway what happened after you left yesterday, cause Mura said when she saw you yesterday you weren't doing too hot. Issei, Rias and the girls just won't leave me alone. Katase, what about the guys though, surely you've seen them? Issei, they've been busy after school trying to keep the girls in check and away from me that we haven't had much time to talk. Katase, well, they're not doing that great a job. Issei, for them it's a difficult task, so it's fine, I don't blame them for the girls' actions. Issei clearly knew the holy trio were listening intently, so made sure the message was heard loud and clear without having to talk to them. Rosweiss walked in ready to conduct her class while trying to avoid eye contact with Issei at all costs. Rosweiss settled down, class, we're about to start. Time skip. The day went on as usual up until just before lunch, where Issei was asked to complete a question on the board. Now, due to Issei's reputation, despite it becoming more positive in his favor, some people still thought Issei was an idiot and wouldn't be able to complete the question. Issei, well, you see, if you square 6 times it by 9 that equals 4, then divide it by 5 you get 0.6. Issei turned to the class. Issei, see, I know more than you all think. He then walked back to his seat, sat down, and got ready to leave. After a little bit the lunch bell rang, but a message also came over the speakers. Sona, can Issei Hayato please come to the student council office, please? Issei packed up his things, said goodbye to his girlfriend and friend as he then proceeded to the office. Scene change. Issei sat opposite Sona as she spoke. Sona, so how are you doing? Issei, fine, you know I'm managing, so why did you bring me here? Sona, well, first to see how you are, as we've already established, but also Azazel would like to speak with you. Issei, then he should speak up. Azazel, so observant, aren't you? Issei, I know you too well. Azazel, well, you seem to be a hit at the club. Tiamat especially took a shine to you. Issei, well, she was one hell of a woman. Azazel gave a cheeky grin. Issei, don't get any ideas, I've got a date this Saturday, and I'm not about to ruin it before it's even happened. Azazel, alright, I get it. Issei, can I go home now? I've got stuff to read. Sona, well, do call me if anything happens. Issei, I will teach EXO. Sona, I've told you about calling me that. Issei, oh, lighten up a little. Sona, if you're gonna go home, just go. Issei, yes, I'll ring you. With that, Issei left. Time skip. Issei sat in his house, a controller logged in his hands as he played something to relax for a while. He had rang Sona after he got home, where the two had a bit more of a lighted-hearted conversation as he felt more comfortable talking to her while at home. While he was playing his game, he thought of his time with the woman of the orc. His thoughts at first soured, but then took a deep breath so he clearly think. Ever since Rainier, he just kept falling down the rabbit hole of messy relationships, showing to Issei that if he got together with any of them, especially Rias, then it wouldn't last long. With Rias, it probably would have been they resolved the UL tension between each other, then not do anything as a couple. For Akino, Issei just felt like her emotional support than a love interest. Kaneko was never even the biggest fan of him in the first place, so he didn't know why he even considered a relationship with her in the first place. Ravel, well, he barely knew her. Irina, well, she had the best chance considering their history, except there was no point in that now. Zenobia just wanted a child from him, and nothing else. As for Rossweiss, he held the most sour feelings towards her, just going with what everyone was saying, stopping the two from her have a relationship or friendship. As for Asia, though, that hurt him the most due to the nature of what they had. Then his thoughts drifted to Mura, as she made him feel special and wanted and loved. There no ultra lust or some bullshit like that, just pure feelings of love, and how she made him smile. Issei paused his game thought about his upcoming date. Time skip. The day had arrived. Issei waited impatiently as suddenly he heard a knock on the door. Issei rushed over and opened the door, not too pleased to see who it was. Asia, Issei, can we talk? Issei, no, off. Asia, please, 5 minutes. Issei, fine, 5 minutes, make it count. Issei let her in. Once the two sat down, Asia started to speak. Asia, I'm really sorry for what happened that day. Issei, you're sorry, you're ing sorry, don't give me this crap, I'm ing done with you all, thinking that one sorry will fix what was there. Asia, can't we at least go back to being friends? Issei, no, because you're just gonna stab me in the back again, plus it's my life, so don't think you walk back in and say everything is okay, because that's not how it works. Now get out, I have a date today, and you won't spoil it now, out. Asia tried to speak, but a glare from Issei shut her up. She go up and left. All the time the glare never left Issei's face as he shut the door. Issei started to walk away, but another knock stopped him. Composing himself, he opened the door. Mura, hello sweetie. Issei, hello honey. Mura, may I? Issei, of course you may. Morayama walked in and the two shared a laugh. Issei, I've been preparing, as you can see. Mura looked towards the kitchen to see everything was already packed. Mura, you beat me to the cooking. Issei, well, not gonna let you stand there, and instead I thought I'd cook so we can go. Mura, then let's go. Scene change. The couple sat down near a tree in a large field. Issei, this is nice. Mura can't help but agree. The two enjoyed their meal. Issei, penny for your thoughts. Mura, only just how much I'm enjoying our time together. Issei, Mura, I love you. Mura, guess I love you too. The two shared a tender and enjoyed the rest of their date. Issei sat opposite Sona as he had come to discuss some matters. Sona, so why do you want to see me? Issei, I need you to do me a favor. I tired to see the principal, but he wasn't available, so I hope you can ask him about something on my behalf. Sona, you know that Zeoticus is the principal. Issei, wait, what? Sona, I thought every supernatural being here knew that info. Issei, guess I didn't get the memo. Sona, well, he's at the Gremery mansion dealing with Rias at the moment. Issei, I thought they dealt with that already. Sona, they were going to talk to Rias about her behavior, but they put it off for reasons they haven't told me. Issei, then is it alright if I go now then? Sona, here, I thought you didn't want to see her. Issei, I want to talk to her. Sona, alrighty then. Issei got up and teleported off. Sona, this is gonna be a disaster. Scene change. Rias sat in front of her brother Grafia and parents. The room was silent as the was tense. Sun was so thick you could cut it with a chainsaw. Zeoticus was about to be the first to speak, but something distracted them all. Grafia, who's playing the music. She looked around confused until she looked towards the door. At that point a smile crossed her face. Play this and also go check out Rustage the Goat. Issei, sorry, just had to make a entrance, you know me. Grafia, got ran over and gave Issei a hug. Graphius, so what's your excuse for not keeping me updated on how you've been? Issei, let's say it's been some wild weeks. I'm good though, usual. You can stop the song around here. Issei separated from Graphia and looked towards the people in front of him, pointing at Rias and Xiaticus. Issei, first Xiaticus, wanna ask you something, and second Rias, we gotta talk. Xiaticus, well, if you came all the way here then what do you need? Issei, well, first hello Zek and hello Ven, then as for what I need, can you authorize a month off for me, as I'd like to get out of Ko for a bit, plus I made plans. Xiaticus, it can be done though. Plans with who? Issei, just going to see Kuroka and Yasaka for a month. Xiaticus, well, that explains that, just don't go too wild with them. Issei, oh, not going down that route. Then Alana, that's new for you. Issei, well, moved on, found some else that I have a history with. Issei paused for a second before speaking again. Issei, well, Rias, since you're here, I just want you to get your shit together, okay, because I don't want to cut our ties, it's not my style, but still I can't say I'd ever want another romantic relationship together, but I want us to be friends, not strangers. Rias got up, walked over to Issei and looked him the eyes. Rias, I'm sorry for everything. You didn't deserve anything that day. I didn't. How you can forgive me, but even if we're just friends, I'm okay with that. I'm just so sorry. Tears started streaming down her face as Issei just held her in his arms, as she fully broke down, hoping to regain his forgiveness. The duo stood there for a few minutes in silence, as did everyone else watching the moment play out between the two. The separated tears still stained Ria's face, but Issei used figure to wipe the remaining tears. Issei, hey, Rias, ye. Issei, you and the rest of the girls should some bowling with me and a few others tonight. Rias, you sure you want me there? Issei, yeah. Issei, original, it just gonna be me, Morayama, but then Kate somehow got factored into coming. Then I invited Kiba and Gasper, and by that point we just said just it, whoever comes down comes down. Then Alana, what time are you going anyway? Issei, 6 o'clock tonight, going for drinks after. Sirzex, are you sure that's a good idea? Issei, of course, I only do these kinds of things in the evening anyway. Xiaticus tried to go to mad. Issei, no harm in bowling and a few drinks after. Rias, Issei, did you tell your girlfriend you're going on a trip? Issei, of course I did, I don't hide things, that. Rias, 6 it is then. Issei, alright, make sure everyone's ready. Issei teleported out. Then Alana, Rias, I hope you're counting your lucky stars. Rias, I am, mum. Xiaticus, well, that sorts that out, best I get to work. Graphia, come on Zex. Sirzex, no mum, please help me. Then Alana, not touching that with a 10-foot pole. Sirzex, help. Sirzex was dragged off. Rias then teleported out back to the orc, while Venelana just sat there in silence for a few more seconds before sighing and getting up. Scene change. Issei returned the office. Sona, how'd it go? Issei, amazing. Issei got out his phone and looked at the time. Issei, well, sorry, gotta cut this short, stuff to plan. Sona, I'll be seeing you later then. Issei, yep, though we got more people coming bowling with us. Sona, you didn't, did you? Issei, oh, I did. Sona, Issei, you're insane. Issei, that's what got me through everything, so why are you surprised? Time skip. The tension was palpable as everyone from the orc stood opposite from Sona, Katase Murayama and Issei, as the girls were very nervous, but the guys just chilled. Issei, come on then, I already booked this. Once inside, Issei went up to the counter, paid for the games, and everyone followed him to their lane. After a bit of set, the games started with Rias first up. Unlucky for her though, the ball just verved off to the side and didn't hit any pins. Issei, wow, that was certainly something. Rias, go on then, show just how much better you are at this. Issei, alright, I will. Issei went up and lined up his shot, after which he threw the ball and hit a strike. Issei, Rias, I think you have a skill issue. Morayama, ha 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 ha, that was amazing. Issei, thank you honey. Sona, how many more hidden talents are you yet to show? Issei, oh, I've got tons of aces up my sleeve. Kiba, hey, good going my man. Issei, hey, THX bro. Next up was Katase, and she threw her shot, hitting 4 pins. Issei, not bad. Katase, hey, I'll take it. Next up, Sona took her place, hitting a respectable 8 pins. Issei, ing shot. Sona walked up to Issei and gave him a high five as they were in the top positions. Kaneko went up next, hitting pins. Issei, okay, come on you lot, this is just embarrassing. Zenobia, alright, guess I'm up. Zenobia, despite her nervousness, tried to focus, and she hit 7 pins. Issei, now that's what I want to see, there's that fighting spirit. Morayama now took her shot as she closed her eyes, took a breath, and then threw the ball, and it paid off as she hit a strike. Morayama, I did it. Katase, nice. Issei, looking good. Gasper went up next, and with a few words of encouragement, He hit 6 pins. Issei, Kiba, you're up. Kiba, and a brawl is surely brewing. The shared a laugh before he threw his ball, only hitting 4 pins. Kiba, damn, not on it today. Irina, Imma, take top spot, just watch me. Irina took her turn and hit 9 pins. Akino, well, you might just dethrone Issei and Murayama, but I'm up next. Akino walked up with a renewed vigor, something Issei hadn't seen from her in a while, and with that she was next in line to hit a strike. Akino, so Issei gonna praise me now? Issei, just sit down. Akino, ah, so cold. Akino walked back with a blush on her face, clearing her side was coming over with that one, but Issei just decided to ignore it. And finally was Ross Weiss, who only hit pin. And with that the first round ended with Issei, Murayama, and Akino sitting at the top of the scoreboard, all holding joint first. Issei, before we start again, I'ma get myself a drink. Issei walked off, leaving everyone who just idly chatted amongst each other. Katase, I guess I finally get why you're so into him. Murayama, yeah, our history does help, though I expect something is gonna go down tonight. Katase, good or bad? Murayama, probably good, that's just what my gut is telling me. Katase, we can only hope then. Issei soon came back with his drink, and they started the second round. Time skip. And skipping the second round cause this is getting a bit long, and there's still stuff to set up. The game ended with Akino of all people winning, much to everyone's surprise. Akino, so Issei, does this mean I get a reward? Issei, not from me. It was clear to Issei that Akino was doing this to go back to what they had, but it wasn't working on him. Issei, just don't. Akino, ah, you're making me sad. Issei, seriously, just don't. Akino, okay. Issei, now then, who's for drinks? A collective cheer came from everyone as they all made their way out into the cool night air. Scene change. They had gone to a few pubs but ultimately ended up going to a shop, then going back to Issei's place where got completely hammered and all passed out. A few hours later Issei woke up to the sound of sobbing in the kitchen, so he got up to see who it was, and it turned out to be Rias. Issei, awake, huh? Rias, oh yeah? Issei, look me and you need to talk. Rias, alright, but there's only one thing I need to know, so please tell me, why did you remove your pieces? Issei, to be honest, it was an impulse decision and I kinda regret it. You see, original after my parents passed I wanted to just leave anything to do with the supernatural, and I know their passing had nothing to do with the supernatural, but I just couldn't do it anymore. And that day I wanted to talk about maybe taking a break, either removing my pieces or just going our separate ways for a bit. Then Rias, then we had up. Issei, yeah, and it hurt a lot, so in a fit of anger and sadness I got Drake to remove them in my sleep and just make me full dragon, and then later that day I just felt numb and angry. Rias, so then why are you talking to me like this? Issei, because I can't hate you, I can't hate any of you, but I don't know if I can love you, but also if I didn't do this I would regret it. And I really don't want to lose any of you. Rias, I understand, and I'm really sorry. Issei, let's just call each other friends for now. Rias, I'm okay with that. Issei, oh, and if you could, can you explain everything to the girls? I'm gonna be out of K soon. Rias, Suyur, but why are you going to be out of K? Issei, I'm going to see some friends. Issei got up and went to the fridge and pulled out another drink. Rias, you wanna continue drinking at this hour? Issei, why the not? The two went on to continue drinking throughout the night as they repaired their relationship, now staying as friends. Time skip. The day had come for Issei to leave K for his trip, and he was seen off by his girlfriend and the orc as Rias had explained everything to them, and he also spent some time with them, as for now he just friends with all the girls. Issei, see ya in a month. Issei stepped on the train and waved as it took off. A few hours later, Issei stepped off the train on to be tackled by a fox girl. Issei, hey you, it's been a while. Issei then looked up and smiled, only to be greeted with a smile in return. Yasaka, welcome back to Kyoto. Issei. Issei, ah, it's been way too long since I was in Kyoto. Yasaka, that it has come on, then shall we grab a bite to eat? Issei, you do that for me. Yasaka, of course, and also I'd expect you'd do the same if I ever ended up in K. Issei, if you came over to K I'd throw a 90s style mega party. Kuna, now that's something I need to see. Time skip. Back the palace, Issei settled in as this where he was going to be staying for a bit. Knock knock. Yasaka, you finished setting everything up? Issei, almost, just a minute. Yasaka, can I come in then? Issei, I don't see why not. The door opened with Yasaka walking in. Though Issei had his back to her, he then heard the sound of a clink on the table behind him. Issei, what we celebrating? Yasaka, can't we just have a drink and not make it a big thing. Issei guessed so. Issei finished setting up his things as Yasaka poured a glass for each of them. Issei sat and down, and with a clink they took a sip of their drink. Yasaka, so tell me about how you've been, cause the last time you came down was after the end of the war. Issei, me, that was a while ago, wasn't it? Yasaka, of course, and I would have expected you would have had your light harem by then. Issei, well, took some time to recover and tried to take things slow after that. Unfortunately, my parents passed away, and then I got into a huge spat with the girls, and things just kinda spiraled for a while until like a few days ago, where I decided to put things right. As looking back at the past few weeks, I just wish I didn't let my anger control me like it did. Yasaka, I can see why. Issei, though things are somewhat fixed as we're just friends now. Yasaka, quite the mad one. Issei, true. The two sat in silence for a bit, taking sips from their drinks. Issei, hey, can I put something on? This silence is killing me. Yasaka, go ahead, just no death metal. Issei, alright, fair. Yasaka, with that I'd think you'd be trying to make a move on me. Issei, we both know that would never happen. Yasaka, I know, I'm just messing with you. Issei, yeah, I know. Well, anyway, any idea when Kuroka will be around? Yasaka, oh, finally gonna confess your love to her? Issei, no, because I'm already with someone. Yasaka, no wonder you've barely done anything perverted. Issei gave her a deadpan look. Issei, I stopped trying with that. Yasaka, oh, come on, lighten up, will ya? Issei sighed and took another sip. Issei, I don't know if I can do harem. Yasaka, oh no, the world's gonna end because the red dragon no longer wants a harem. Drake, hey, I take offense to that. Issei, oh, chill out, it was pretty funny. Drake had a huff, then went back to being silent. Issei, just I do, if Mura is okay with it then maybe, but then again it's just nice to have someone to love. Issei leaned his head against the bed and thought. Yasaka, of course, I mean, if I didn't love someone then I wouldn't have had Kanu. Issei, and that would have been a great tragedy. The two laughed, and finished shed their drinks. Yasaka, so what do you say, one more? Issei, I am always down for a drink. Time skip. Issei sat in bed thinking about things when he got a call from Murayama. Issei, hey babe. Morayama, hello handsome. Issei, so what brings you to call me this late? Morayama, just thought I'd check up on you and to make sure Issei, the great harem king, isn't messing around with that friend of yours. Issei, what, me and Yasaka? Never in a million years. Morayama, really? Issei, we're friends, only strictly platonic. Morayama, that's new. Issei, though there was something I wanted to ask you. Morayama, go on. Issei, now I'm not saying this is going to happen, but what would you feel if there were other women that did like me? Morayama, I'll be honest, if it happens, it happens. As long as you're honest and open about it, then I don't mind, cause from everything you've told me about the supernatural and the fact you always wanted to be the harem king, it really wouldn't surprise me. Issei, fairs. Morayama, though why ask out of the blue? Issei, it's because of things girl called Kuroka. Since we've known each other we've had a sort of, let's say, flirtious back and forth, never really did anything with each other but feelings were there. Morayama, see, open and honest about things, that's what I want, because I really don't care who you're with, just try to do anything to major. Issei, it's not like I could have tons of lovers anyway, you'd probably kill me because of it. Morayama, I'm not that bad. Issei, I know, I'm just joking. Morayama, just promise me this when you see her if things happen, and I'm not saying they will or won't, just let me know. Issei, of course, that's why I think we'll work out while it would have with the orc girls, especially since I feel that I can be more open with you. Morayama, that makes me happy. Issei, I love you. Morayama, I love you too. Issei, alright, get some sleep. Morayama, sleep well. Issei, you too. Time skip. Issei spent the next few days hanging around the palace with Kunu, as Yasaka had things she needed to do, a faction leader. Kunu, what's your plan for tonight? Issei, think I'ma go out tonight, take in the nightlife a little. Kunu, oh, I see you're going out hoping to Kuroka, right? Issei, no, I just want to drink and enjoy the night a little, and if I see her, I see her. Kunu, well, if you do and you decide to do something, get a hotel room. Issei, oh, and what if don't? Kunu, then try to be quiet, I don't need to be hearing you and Kuroka going at it. Issei, geez, and people thought I was the perverted one. Kunu, hey, what's that supposed to mean? Issei, oh, nothing. Kunu, you're an asshole. Issei, I know, but anyway, I'm not going to see her while I'm out tonight. Kunu, guess I'll take your word for it then. Time skip. Issei walked the busy streets as the sun may have set, but that didn't mean the streets were empty, as he was looking for a place to stop off before hitting the club. So he went around and eventually found a small outdoor pub. Issei, yo, I'll take a pint of cider. Issei paid for his drink and quietly drank it, watching as the night went by. After he finished his drink, he once again took to the streets, enjoying the cool night air before dipping into a club. He stayed on the edge of the crowd as he slowly sipped his drink and enjoyed the music. About an hour in, Issei, who had a few, decided to take to the floor to enjoy him, as he had a few drinks by that point, and that's when things got interesting, as after about 0 minutes of dancing he went and got another drink before returning, yet this time someone joined him. Well, hello handsome. Issei, hello. You seem to be enjoying yourself. Issei, you could say that. Why don't you tell me your name, because I don't to forget such a handsome face. Issei Hayato, and you? Name's Ingvald, so tell me what brings the Red Dragon to club in Kyoto. Issei, guess I should be counting my lucky stars I get to meet the one and only Ingvald Leviathan, though I can say what brings you to a club in Kyoto. Ingvald, what else but a good time. Issei, same for me. Issei continued dancing with Ingvald, dancing with him. Time skip. After a few more hours of drinking and dancing, the duo ended up on the street, stumbling around and laughing, eventually ending up back at the palace. They sneaked around trying to be quiet as possible, and surprisingly they made it to Issei's room hassle-free, then for to only pass out once they hit the bed. Time skip. The sunlight shined down on the duo. Issei, what happened last night? Issei sat up and looked around the room, seeing nothing out the ordinary. Lying his head back down on the pillow, he something wrap around him. He turned his head to see Ingvald face, her eyes closed and breath hitting neck. Issei, Drake, how did this happen? Drake, short version or long version? Issei, short version. Drake, you went to a club, Ingvald her flirted with you. You didn't really do any flirting back, but you two did a lot, and I mean a lot of shots together, then came back and passed out next to each other. Issei, so that's what happened. Ingvald, Issei, quite down to let the girl sleep, but that's not how things went. Ingvald rolled on top of Issei and opened her eyes. Ingvald, hello Mr. Dragon. Issei, please get off me. Ingvald, but we're having so much fun. Knock knock. Yasaka. Issei, are you and your friend awake? Issei, yeah, just give me a minute. Yasaka, oh hell no, I gotta see this. Yasaka opened the door. Yasaka, still quite the ladies' man I see. Issei, Yasaka, you're a dear friend of mine, but with all due kindness please go away, and Ingvald, please get thee off me, I have asked you once already. Drake. Yasaka. Yasaka, yes Drake. Drake, it's so nice to see Issei finally take some initiative. Yasaka, I know he's become so mature. Issei, I hate all of you. Time skip. Yasaka, so what brings you to Kyoto? Ingvald. Ingvald, well, first thank you for having me. Yasaka, you should thank Issei, not me. Ingvald, then thank you Mr. Handsome Dragon. Oh, and second was I needed a holiday. Yasaka, oh, so just like Issei. At the other side of the table, Kunu was chatting with Issei. Kunu, and here I thought you'd end up bringing back Kuroka. Issei, I told you last night I wasn't going to see her. Kunu, so you brought back her instead. Issei, that was not my intention, we just got very drunk. Kunu, well, here's your opportunity to build your harem. Issei, I'm not doing that right now, I just want to enjoy my vacation. Issei finished his food. Issei, yo Yasaka, I'ma go get some air. Ingvald, let me come with you. Issei, no, because I've got people I'm going to talk with, so maybe we can hang out tomorrow. Yasaka whispered into Ingvald's ear. Yasaka, probably something to do with his girlfriend. Ingvald, oh, and I thought he was cute. Yasaka, did you know he wanted to be harem king? Ingvald, that's adorable. Issei left the room. Ingvald, so there might be hope for me still. Kunu, well, I guess love at first sight really is a true thing, huh? Neat. With Issei, he went back to his room, got changing and left. As he did, he said his goodbyes for the day to some of staff and guards at the gate, as he put his headphones in and started making his way to the heart of the city. Issei wandered aimlessly, enjoying the city. After a few hours he finally decided to make a decision on what he wanted to do that day. Ring ring, ring ring. Hello? Issei, hey Kuroka. Kuroka, oh Issei, hey. Issei, something up. Kuroka, sorry, I just didn't recognize the number at first, thought it was a spam call. Issei, oh. Kuroka, I got a new phone recently, my old one up and ing died on me. Issei, that sucks. Kuroka, yeah, it was annoying. Issei, well, anyway, I was wondering, do you want to get some lunch together, because there's stuff I want to discuss. Kuroka, sure, I'll come meet you soon. Issei and Kuroka meet up restaurant and ordered some food. Kuroka, so how have you been? Issei, all over the place, life's been just a ing mess recently. Kuroka, geez, what happened? Issei, well, do want the short version or long version? Kuroka, gimme the short version, you'll go on for hours otherwise. Issei, had a fight with the orc, stuff went haywire, got with someone new, well, I say new, we have history, then fixed things, I guess now I'm here Kyoto. Kuroka, wow. Issei, yeah. A period of silence fell over the which was then broken by their food arriving. Issei, well, anyway, I was wondering when I'm going back to, do you wanna come with me for like a week or so. Kuroka, well, I'm down but out of the blue. Issei, Kuroka, I need to tell you something important. Kuroka, go ahead, what's stopping ya? Issei, I really like you, I confess I really like you, but I don't know if I want to have a harem anymore because I'm Morayama, that girl from the kendo club I used to talk about all the time. Kuroka, wow, well, I feel the same, but I do understand why you feel the way you do. Issei, well, I'm just conflated. Mura say she doesn't really care if I have multiple lovers because you know of the whole supernatural angle and me being me, but guess I'm trying to do something different and normal for what feels like the first time in my life. Kuroka, ha 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 ha, you and normal, that's like oil and water. Issei, Kuroka, no, I get it, no wonder you asked me to come around. Issei, so what do you say? Kuroka, why not, plus you've told me tons about this Murayama, yet I've never met her, so it would nice. Issei, yeah. Kuroka, but also tell you thought about this with someone else as well. Issei, am I really that readable? Kuroka, you're like an open book to me, so tell me, who is it? Issei, Wild Leviathan. Kuroka, that's new. Issei, not gonna say it was love at first sight like it was with you, but let's just say I'm a man of many tastes. Kuroka, yeah, that's one way to describe you. Time skip. The two hung out for a few hours before departing. Issei, hey Kuroka. Kuroka, yeah. Issei, I leave in a week. Kuroka, then you'd better call the day before. Issei, of course I will. Kuroka, have a good night then. Issei, you too. Issei made his way back to the palace. Scene change. Issei walked inside and was greeted by Ingvild. Ingvild, hello again. Issei, so how long are staying, cause I wanna chat. Ingvild, then amazing, I wanted to get to know you a little better. Issei, perfect, my room then. Ingvild, I'll meet you there. Ingvild walked off, and so did Issei, expect he had a stop to make first. Time skip. Inside the room, the clinked glasses together. The cheers. Ingvild, so tell me what you wanna talk about. Issei, so well, when I was with my friend Kuroka earlier, I made her an offer I want to extend to you. Ingvild, I'm listening. Issei, do you wanna maybe come to Ku with me and stay at my place for like a week while we get to know each other a bit better? Ingvild, well, I'm interested, but is it a good idea with you being with someone? Issei, you probably already know this about me because my, let's say, reputation precedes me, but I made this whole big deal for a while about being the harem king. Ingvild, I heard about that. Issei, well, my girlfriend quite literally told me on call she didn't care if I had a harem just as long as it was based of love, and I'll be honest, I think you're really cute. And you said you'd like to get to know me, and I'd like to get know you as well. Ingvild blushes as she took in Issei words. Ingvild, well, I did say I was interested, and I've got nothing else going after this, so why not? Issei, excellent. Issei smiled and took a sip of his drink. Ingvild, so shall we start to really get to know each other then? Issei, of course. Over the next few hours they chatted with Issei, talking about his past, and why he joined the supernatural, and reminiscing on the times with his parents, and Ingvild talked about her early life, and what it was like growing up for her. A bit later they finished talking and Ingvild wished Issei a good night and left. Issei, now alone in his room, cleaned up the glasses and bottles that had gone though during their chat. After he cleaned up he went outside into the courtyard to get some air. Yasaka, it's a clear night tonight. Issei, truly a beauty. Yasaka, I do agree. Issei, what brings you out here? Yasaka, I could ask you the same question. Issei, taking a break, it's been a mad day, and what a better way to take a break than sit outside for a bit. Yasaka, well, I came out to see how you're doing. Issei, I'm good. Yasaka came, sat down next to Issei. Yasaka, only a week left of you staying here, but I just have this feeling you're put pieces into place. Issei, well, you know, guess I can't escape having a harem. Yasaka, ha, I knew you were going to confess to Kuroka. Issei, I didn't exactly confess as my feelings for her, as things are complicated, so I asked if you want to come stay round mine for like a week. I then extended that offer to Ingvild, but I guess I was a bit more bold with her. Yasaka, that's not even remotely surprising. Issei, yeah, but I'm more excited about having Murayama in my arms again. I miss her touch. Yasaka, you're really madly in love with her, aren't you? Issei, of course I am. We have a history for a reason, even if things went a bit rocky for a while. Yasaka, well, I'm happy for you now. Issei, yeah. Time skip 1 week. Issei said goodbye to Yasaka and Kunu as he got on the train. He sat down with Ingvild and Kuroka. Kuroka, Murayama is going to be surprised when we arrive back. Issei, oh, I already told her she's knows. Ingvild, I hope we get along. Issei, I don't see a reason why the of you wouldn't. Issei, alright, I'm gonna have a nap. Kuroka, oh, not a good sleep last night. Issei, yeah, I was on call with Morayama and her parents for a good few hours, so I didn't sleep till late. Ingvild, what did you talk about? Issei, general stuff and catching up with her parents. Issei yawned. Issei, alright, wake me when we get to Ku. Time skip. Kuroka, Issei, wake up. Issei Ingvild, we're just coming into Ka. Issei, oh alright. Issei blinked a few times as the train started to slow. He yawned and stood up, still a bit drowsy but ultimately fine. People started to leave the train, with the trio soon making their way onto the platform. After going through the ticket station and making their way out into the fresh air, being greeted by some familiar faces, will only really for Issei. Murayama ran up to Issei and wrapped her arms around him. Issei, I missed you. Murayama, I missed you too. The two separated as Murayama walked over to speak with Kuroka and Ingvild, while Issei walked over to speak to Murayama parents. A/N, because I don't Murayama parents' names, I'm just going to refer to them as MDE, Murayama's dad, and Murayama mom. If someone knows their canon names and can let me know, that would be greatly appreciated. Issei, well, it's been quite the long time since we seen each other in person. MD, you could say that again. Very true. Issei, so then my place for dinner, anyone? Murayama, you cooking? Issei, of course. Ingvild, well, I for one would love to try your cooking. Murayama, I haven't seen you cook well, so why not? Kuroka, IDC, I just wanna lie down. Issei turned to Murayama's parents. Issei, you wanna come along? Thank you for the invite, but me and my husband have plans of our own tonight. Issei, oh alright, no problem then. MD, you lot run along, have fun. Time skip. Issei cooked for everyone and sat down to eat. Murayama, so Issei, how was your holiday? Issei, it was good. Murayama, and will things must have gone very well for you to invite these round. Issei, to be honest, I was kinda hoping we'd do this tomorrow, but yeah, you're right, I know I was a bit vague last night. Murayama, I'm just worried about you. Issei, I know, well, my feelings are complicated. Kuroka, sorry if I may, since I now get to speak to you in person, I just wanna say I love Issei 0%. And thank you for looking after him. Ingvild, if I also may put a word, and I don't know Issei as well as you or Kuroka do, but I do feel a connection, and I don't know if what I feel is love or something else, but I am into Issei. Ingvild looked at Issei as he blushed. Ingvild, I don't know if you feel the same, but I hope you do. Issei, well, that answers that. Murayama, well, if that's the way you feel, I think that I don't mind you wanting to be with Issei. I did say I don't mind if he has a harem. Issei, so Mura, you wanna stay round tonight? Murayama, of course, I wanna know all about your trip. Ingvild, Issei, I forget to ask, but do you want us to sleep in the guest bedroom? Or were you thinking about setting something up? Issei, oh yes, just pick a room, whatever fits your tastes best. Kuroka already has a room, as she's stayed a few times before. Kuroka, Ingvild, if you want you can come sleep in my room. Ingvild, thank you for the offer, I'll give it a think over. Issei, most of the rooms are furnished as well, my house wasn't always like this. Ingvild, I never would have guessed. Kuroka, his place used to be way smaller, though thanks to what he did for Rias Surzex made the mansion we're now replacing well the old place. Ingvild, wow, nice. The group finished the last of the food. Issei started clearing the table. Murayama, is it okay if I go lay down for a bit? I'm kinda tired. Issei, sure babe, no problem. Kuroka had already walked off with Murayama now following suit, just leaving Issei and Ingvild. Ingvild, do you want a hand? Issei, I'm okay washing a little while, but it won't be that bad, please by all means make yourself at home. Ingvild, please, I insist, it's not fair to leave this all to you. Issei, it's fine. Ingvild, please let me help. Issei, alright. The two cleared the table and started washing the dishes. Ingvild, I'm not sure about yourself, but I find comfort in these more menial tasks. Issei, I know the feeling, it keeps you grounded. Ingvild, can I ask a more sensitive question? Issei, sure. Issei stopped to listen. Ingvild, when I was coming in I couldn't help but notice that photo you keep in the hall, the other in the picture, were they your parents? Issei hesitated for a second. Ingvild, I'm sorry if I struck a nerve. A tear rolled down Issei's cheek. Issei, you didn't strike a nerve, or that I just sorry I lost them recently, about months ago now. Ingvild, it's always hard. Issei, it is. Ingvild, I lost parents when I was young, I missed them. Issei, and then it feels like everything's falling apart. And well, for me it almost did. Ingvild, but we live on cause it's all we can do. The two stood in silence. Issei, we should finish washing the dishes. Ingvild, yeah. The two finished up. Issei, shall we grab a beer? Ingvild, to be honest, I'd like nothing more right now. Issei went into the fridge grabbing a beer for the both of them, then processing into the living room where they flopped onto the couch, chucking on something in the background. Ingvild, hey, thanks for inviting me. Issei, no need to thank me, it's me that should be thanking you for even entertaining the idea, considering how little we know know each other. Ingvild, then we should definitely take the time to get to know each other a bit better. Ingvild leaned in for a which Issei reciprocated, the two keeping ing for a little longer before breaking for air. Issei took a deep breath, a blush adorned his same with Ingvild's. Issei, we should finish our drinks. Ingvild, yeah, they finished their drinks. Issei, what do you want to do, cause I know it's only 8 p.m. Ingvild, to be completely honest, I wanna sleep. Issei, same. Issei, shall we then? Ingvild, but I haven't picked a room. Issei, do you wanna just sleep in my room with me for tonight, then we can sort something out tomorrow? Ingvild, this is what I'm thinking, is it? Issei, oh no, just thought we're both pretty tired and well, you know. Ingvild, sure then. Scene change. The duo entered Issei room, seeing Murayama passed out on one side of the bed. Ingvild, will there be enough for all of us? I know it's a big bed, but I'm just worried we'll wake Murayama up. Issei, trust me, it's not a problem. I'm using to have like 4/5 other people in the same bed with me where I had zero space, and getting up in the morning was a nightmare, so it will be fine. Ingvild, I'll take your word on that one. Issei, trust me, it was annoying. The two hopped under the covers with Issei being in the middle and Ingvild being on the end. Issei, good night. Ingvild, good night. The two got comfortable and let sleep take them over. Issei woke up, a alarm clock looking over his eyes gazed upon the clock. He sighed as he read the time, 6 a.m. Issei, right back to classes today. His put his head back on the pillow. As much as he wanted to go back to sleep, he knew he needed to get up. He turned his head to each person next to him. Ingvild seemed to dead to the world while Murayama started to stir due to the noise of the clock. Murayama, She fully opened her eyes, still tired, and looked at Issei. Murayama, morning, love. Issei, morning, babe. Murayama, what time is it? Issei, 6 a.m. Murayama, we should get up, shouldn't we? Issei, unfortunately, yes. Murayama fully sat up, seeing Ingvild on the other side of Issei. Murayama, why is Ingvild in here with us? Issei, we were tired last night and just crashed in here. Murayama stayed silent for a second while she took in Issei's words. Murayama, I guess it doesn't really matter. Issei, so food, come on, I'll cook. Murayama, now let me, you cooked last night. And you always cook. Issei, alright, I guess you're right. Murayama, should we? Issei, no, let her sleep. Murayama, what about Kuroka? Issei, she won't be up till like 0. Murayama, alright. Scene change. The two sat down with their meal. Murayama, go on, take a bite. Issei, I am, just give me a sec. Issei took a bite of the food in front of him. Issei, this is quite nice. Murayama, and thank you, I'd like it. I took some time to learn. I know it's not the best, but I tired. Issei, don't be like that. I think you did a good job. Murayama, I know, but it's not as good as your cooking. Issei, don't take this the wrong way, babe, but it's not gonna as good as me because I've taken lessons for a good few years. Murayama, so you get what I mean. Issei, still this is really nice. Murayama, I'm glad you like it. Issei smiled, though his eyes held a look of sadness that Murayama picked up on. Murayama, something wrong? Issei, just this reminds of a few years ago me and mom would make stuff together. Murayama grabbed Issei's hand, giving him a gentle smile. Issei, thank babe. Murayama, alright, let's eat. Issei, your class is soon. Time skip. Issei walked into class with Murayama, with the two of them holding hands. The two soon split of as them went to see various people. Murayama going to Katase while Hai went around just idly chatting with people. Soon after, the holy trio arrived. They were all quite nervous as they saw Issei, due to them being on somewhat shaky ground with him due to everything that had gone down. None of them wanted to speak up, but Irina decided to be brave and speak up. Irina, hi Issei. Issei, Irina, how are you today? Irina, you am alright. Issei, Zenobia, Asia, morning. Zenobia/Asia M, morning. Irina, so how was your trip? Issei, quite fun and relaxing, stayed with Yasaka and Kuna, saw Kuroka meet some new people, got it up a few times at some clubs, like in good trip. The trio were left gobsmacked at what Issei had just said. Now curious, Katase walked over with Murayama following. Katase, sounds like one hell of a trip, but who is Yasaka and Kunu and Kuroka? Issei, good friends of mine. Katase, well, did you get any pictures? Issei, yeah, I did, hold on. Issei reached into his pocket for his phone, grabbing it and pulling it out. He flicked through the home screen onto his photos, bringing one he had gotten before he left Kyoto. Issei, here. Katase, Murayama, Zenobia, Asia, and Irina looked at the photos. Zenobia, Asia, and Irina recognizing everyone, while Murayama recognized everyone but Yasaka and Kunu, while Katase had no idea who anyone was apart from Issei. Katase, who are those people in the picture? Issei, the woman with blonde hair, that's Yasaka. The other girl with blonde hair, that's her daughter Kunu. The one with purple hair is Ingvild, and the one with black hair, that's Kuroka. And well, then there's me. Katase, nice. Irina, so how are they? Issei well Yasaka and Kunu are going great. As for Kuroka and Ingvild, they're also doing good. I'd be surprised if they're up though yet. Katase, what are you on about? Issei, Ingvild and Kuroka are staying at my place for the week. Zenobia they are. Issei yep. Irina why? Issei well Kuroka was gonna come down in a few weeks from now, but because we were both in Kyoto thought I'd invite her early, as Ingvild thought it'd be fun to get know her. And why not? It's not like I don't have the space. Irina I guess. Issei hey what's the time? Morayama 850. Issei Rosweiss walked in. Rosweiss come everyone to your seats. Issei walked to the front. Issei Miss Rosweiss if I could have a moment of your time after class. Rosweiss of course. Issei went to his seat. Time skip. Lunch had come around with everyone but Issei leaving. Rosweiss you wished to talk to me. Issei that I did. Rosweiss go on then. Issei I just want to know why. Rosweiss out of everyone I would have hoped you would have had the common sense to not join in. Rosweiss you think it was just like that I was scared. Issei and I was terrified, and that's what hurt me so much was I put in all this work and you leave me out to dry. Rosweiss what's even the point? I thought you didn't want to burn any bridges. Isn't that what you said to Rias? Issei I'm not trying to burn a bridge, I'm just trying to understand why you of all people joined in with everyone else. I understood because we'd at least know each other for a few years, while with you we didn't know each that well. Rosweiss because I was so deeply in love with you and we never got a moment alone, so I guess I let that jealousy build and I went too far that day. Issei you never tired. Rose at least everyone tired to have a moment with me. You just sat on the sidelines, so don't talk to me about jealousy. Rosweiss I'm sorry for what it's worth. Issei Rose I hope you know we can never go back to what we had. I said it to Rias and I'll say it to you, my romantic feelings died that day, but I still want us to be friends. Rosweiss didn't say anything, her gaze locked on Issei. Issei started back awaiting an answer. Rosweiss I guess I'm happy with that, it's something at least. Issei I do wish we could have gone back to what we had, but now I'm in a committed relationship and we're too far gone to be able to repair my feelings for any of you. Rosweiss then I'll try my best to be at the most a good friend and make up for I did. Issei thank you Rose, that's all I needed. Issei I'll see ya after the break. Rosweiss yeah. Issei left the room leaving Rosweiss alone. A tear fell down her cheek as she thought about the way she had acted up to that point, fully breaking down as regretted her past actions. Time skip. Issei am back. Ingvild pop her out into the hallway. Ingvild welcome back. Issei afternoon Ingvild. Ingvild afternoon. Oh you're alone. Issei were you expecting Morayama to be with me? Ingvild kinda yeah. Issei just me today. Well where's Kuroka? Ingvild she's in her room. Issei thx I'm just pop up and go see her, then I'll be back down. Ingvild be quick, I wanna hear how your day was. Issei okay. Issei went to Kuroka room and knocked on the door. Kuroka come in. Issei opened the door. Kuroka hey Issei. Issei hey Kuroka how are you? Kuroka tired. Issei let me guess you slept till the afternoon. Kuroka yep didn't get up till 1:30. Issei gee sorry, if I wasn't in class I would have woke you. Kuroka nah it's on me, should have set my alarm. Issei well apart from that what you been up to today? Kuroka not much, really played on phone for a bit and did a bit of reading. Issei nice, I mean as I said I had class, did talk to Rosweiss though at lunch. Kuroka how did that go? Issei as I expected it, I'm still not 0% there with them yet. Kuroka that's understandable, and I know it was a while ago now, but it doesn't just go away at the snap of finger. Issei kinda wish it did. Kuroka on a more light-hearted note, what we doing tonight? Issei I don't what Ingvild is gonna say, but I was thinking of a night out. Kuroka oh I am ing down, we haven't gone drinking together in ages. Issei I could do with a break, I know we've only been back a day, but me I wish I was still in Kyoto right now. Kuroka I get that feeling from time to time. Issei don't you live in Kyoto? Kuroka yeah, but what I mean is being somewhere else, preferably where people don't really know me. Issei exactly outside of school and Morayama. I don't have much tying me down to and this house, well to be honest I don't want to live here anymore. Kuroka is it because of your parents being gone? Issei yeah, there's nothing but memories left here. Kuroka come here. Kuroka embrace Issei. Issei thx. Kuroka shhhhh. Issei complied. After a few minutes the two separated. Issei oh it all. Issei Kuroka with her at first surprised by the suddenness, but then leaning into it as they really started making out. This went for a few minutes, only for them to be interpreted with Ingvild walking in and then doing a 80 back out. Watch the first 5 seconds. Ingvild now outside the room spoke. Ingvild are you done yet? Issei laughed and spoke we're done. Ingvild popped her head around the corner of the door frame, a blush across her face. Ingvild good. Kuroka why are you so embarrassed? You know me and Issei history. Ingvild I'm not embarrassed, just heavily surprised. The duo laughed much to the pout of Ingvild's face. Issei that's adorable. After a while they finally stopped laughing and caught their breath. Ingvild I just wanted to know what you were up up to? Issei, well, we're talking about things at first, then no, I was enjoying the taste of Kuroka lips. Kuroka adventurous now, aren't we? Issei, of course. Ingvild, well, back to the point. Issei, well, I was gonna come down to ask you something, but now you're here, wanna go for drinks later tonight with me and Kuroka? Ingvild, sure. Time skip. They sat at table in some random bar. All of them cheers. The of them took sips from their drinks as they made idle chit-chat. Kuroka, why haven't we done this in ages? Issei, no idea, but I'm thinking we should find a club after this drink. Ingvild, you're not trying to recreate how we meet, right? Issei, nope, I just want to hear some decent music. Kuroka, I'd drink to that. Time skip. The trio entered a random club. Issei ordered drinks as the two girls immediately went to the dance floor. Issei came over with the drinks. Ingvild/Kuroka T-checks. Issei, no problem, now let's ing dance. And so they did, with the of them dancing and drinking for a good few hours, ending back at Issei place at about in the morning, crashing on the couch. Okay, so for the sake of getting this chapter out, I'm gonna just summarize the next few days of Ingvild and Kuroka staying over. Issei went the next few days going on a date with Kuroka, and then Ingvild. Issei, hey, we're back. Kuroka, how'd it go? Ingvild, quite well, thank you very much. Kuroka, I'm happy for you. Issei, what now then? Ingvild, well, I was thinking cause we only have days left before we go back, the of could go on a walk or something like that. Issei, sure, I'd like that. Issei stood at the train station watching the train start to leave as Kuroka and Ingvild waved goodbye. Issei waved back as a gentle smile resting on his face. Now alone once more, he left the station. He made his way to a food cart, ordering burgers. Scene change. Knock knock. 2 seconds. The door opened, revealing Morayama, dad. MD, Issei, what brings you here today? Issei, is Mura in? MD, yes, she is. Issei, may I come in then? MD, haha, please do, she's in room. Issei, thanks. MD, no need to thank, if anything I should be thanking you. Issei, there's no need. MD, you see her when she's around the house, she's really happy. Issei, and glad I can make her that happy. MD, alright, run along. Issei went up to Morayama room and knocked on the door. Morayama, come in. Issei opened the door and walked inside. Morayama, oh, Issei, didn't expect to see you today. Issei smiled as he looked at his girlfriend, but also another person in the room. Issei, thought I'd drop by and see you, but I'll be honest, didn't think I'd see you. Katase. Katase, ah, fair, I also kind of came over on a whim. Issei, I fair, oh, and yes, babe, I got you something. Issei pulled out the wrapped burger for the bag he got when he got his order. Morayama, wow, T-checks. Issei, I was hungry, and I thought I'd buy you on as well since I wanted to see you. Morayama didn't say anything as she was too busy ripping apart the burger Issei bought her. Issei came over and sat next to her as they decided to chill on the bed. Morayama had her head on Issei's shoulder while Katase leaned against the wall the bed was by. A period of comfortable silence followed, soon broken by Katase. Katase, I need to tell you both something. Morayama, go ahead. Katase, I. Katase was interrupted by the knocking of the door. Morayama, sorry cat, 2 secs. Morayama got up and left the room. Issei, you alright? Katase. Katase, I'm fine. Issei, you don't sound fine. Katase, am I that easy to read? Issei, no, I'm just more perspective than I used to be. Katase stared up at the ceiling, a million thoughts running through her mind. Katase, mind. I don't want them to hate me, but I have to tell them it's now or never. I can't keep holding this feeling inside. Creak. The duo's attention went back to the door as Morayama returned. Morayama, mom and dad said they're gonna go out for a while so the of us can spend some time together now. Katase, what is that you were saying? Katase, I'll say once you sit back down. Morayama walked over to the bed and got herself comfortable in Issei's arms. Katase, okay, here goes nothing. Morayama, please don't hate me, but I. Katase suddenly stopped. The couple looked at her confused as she stood and faced them. Katase, I'm in LLLL, I love with Issei. A/N play this song for the section. Seriously, go support Swoodisa, he's absolutely amazing, and he deserves more love. Issei, wait, what? Katase, don't make me repeat myself. Katase blushed and avoided looking at the two while Issei also blushed. Morayama sat there in shock for a second, and then finally spoke. Morayama, how long have you been in love with Issei? Katase, a while now. Morayama, how'd it start? Katase, you mad at me, aren't you? Morayama, I'm not mad, I just wanna know. Katase couldn't look into her friend's eyes as they were being shadowed by her hair. Morayama, how did it start? Katase, it started when I went to Issei's house that first time, seeing that other side of him. Then went you ed in class, I felt this pang of jealousy in my heart that you found what I wanted to find, and then over time it grew into what this feeling is now. Morayama dislodged herself from Issei's arms and got up, walking to her friend. Katase expected something bad to happen, but Morayama hugged her. Morayama, then I don't mind. Katase, the two separated. Morayama, look into my eyes, cat. Katase did just that as Murayama smiled at her. Katase, you're not disappointed in me or angry at me. Murayama, nope. Katase, then why cover your eyes? Murayama, oh, I just wanted to mess with you. Issei, come on, don't be mean to her. Murayama, you. Issei, come on. Katase, you don't mind, right? Murayama, if you want to join the harem, I don't have any issues with it. Issei, what about my input? Murayama, alright, make your choice. Issei sighed and walked over to Katase. Issei, do you really hold romantic feelings for me? Cause if you, then I will reciprocate them. Katase, why, yes, I am in love with you. Murayama, then you may the bride. Issei laughed, and then cupped Katase's face in his hand. Issei, then if you're okay with being a member of my harem, I will love you till I die. Katase, I'm fine with sharing. Issei smiled, then proceed to bring Katase into a gentle, while Murayama smiled to herself. About a minute later the duo split for air. Murayama, now that was lovely. Issei, your turn now. Issei and Murayama, but unlike Katase, they went much harder as their tongues explored each other's mouths. A little bit after the couple broke for air, the trio blushed at the actions that had just taken place. Murayama, well, so because my parents definitely aren't gonna be back for a few hours, do you wanna stay over? Issei, of course, honey. Katase, yeah, same here. Murayama, but before you should tell Katase. Katase, tell me what? Issei, I'm not human anymore. Katase, wait, what? Issei revealed his dragon wings. Katase was stunned. Katase, can I touch them? Issei, please go ahead because I hope this doesn't scare you. Katase run her fingers over Issei's wings, feeling the texture and the way Issei slightly shiver from her touch. Katase, when you said you're not human anymore, you scared me, but seeing this, it's beautiful. Issei smiled. Issei, then there's someone you need to meet. Drake, hello hatchling. Katase, who said that? Issei, look at my hand. A green light appeared on Issei's hand. Drake, I am Drake, also known as the Red Dragon Emperor. Katase, wait, dragons are real. Issei, yep, and that's what I am, the Red Dragon Emperor. Drake, and a damn fine one at that. Katase, that's ing awesome, my boyfriend is so ing cool. Drake, haha, partner, you sure know how to get people to your side. Time skip. Issei woke up the next day between the girls he loved. Untangling himself from the girls, he got up and got dressed, as while the threesome they had was a lot of fun, he knew they had to get up due to them having school. Turning around, he shook the girls. Murayama, I wanna sleep. Issei, we have school soon. Murayama, can't we just skip the day, call in sick or something? Issei, maybe, but then again I still need to get back to my place. Katase started to stir. Opening her eyes, she sat up, nothing covering her upper half. Katase, you like what you see? Issei, of course I do, but we have school and I have things I need to do today. Katase, I don't care about school right now. Katase pulled Issei back into the bed, processing to sandwich Issei between herself and Murayama. Katase, let's go back to yours and continue our fun. Knock knock. Come on, wake up you three. Murayama, oh. Murayama, okay mum, just leave us alone. 5 minutes, okay, I'm making breakfast. Time skip. The trio sat awkwardly at dinner table. MD, seems you three had fun last night, haha. The three sat in silence. Issei, yeah, we did. You three remind me of my younger years. Murayama, what do you mean, mum? When me and your dad were younger, we sneak out to go have fun. MD, and we knew you and Issei would have at some point, so we left you alone to have your moment. But I didn't expect Katase to join you. Issei, well, that because Murayama, Katase is also in love with Issei, so is these other girls. Is that how it is? Explains why you were with others girls when you got off the train. Murayama, please don't get mad at Issei, encouraged him. MD, I mean he's the Red Dragon Emperor, so this nothing new. Issei, wait, how do you know that? We have our own supernatural ties. MD, well, Morayama, if you're happy with this, then we'll go along with your decision. Morayama, as I said, I'm the one who encouraged Issei to have a harem. MD, well, now that's settled, let's eat, shall we? Your mother's cooking is always the best. Ma, I'm glad you like it, honey. The atmosphere lightened up significantly. Time skip. The trio ended up going to school. Ross Weiss, and why are you late? Katase, things came up. Murayama, yeah, we had a busy night. Ross Weiss, well, just sit down. They took their seats as whispers started to go around the class. Scene change. The lunch bell rang and Issei went over to Katase and Murayama. Issei, what you wanna do? Katase, we could go chill up by the tennis courts. Murayama, yeah, let's go to the tennis courts. Akia, you there? Before go anywhere, I got a question for ya. Issei, what is it? Akia, you three had last night, didn't you? The class full attention immediately shifted to the group, and a certain trio were listening very intently. Issei sighed, but Murayama spoke first. Murayama, yes, we did, the of us went all night, I liked it a lot. Katase, amazing. Issei, I do even have to say anything. Everyone was shocked, but they also all had one thought running through their minds. Lucky bastard. Irina, wait, you actually did it. Issei, you got a problem with that? Irina, well, no, but. Issei, then what's the issue? I thought as my friend you'd be happy for me. Irina, I am. Issei, then we'll leave it there. Issei, now my two lovely ladies, let's go eat, I'm starving. Katase, let's go. Murayama, yummy, I'm hungry. Thanks for watching this video. You really enjoy this video. Like, subscribe, and comment down below, and turn on that bell notification. Don't forget to support and follow Virgil78 for writing that awesome fanfic, and also make sure to comment on this story, link in the description. See you in the next video. Goodbye.